events. And right now we're in Computer Sciences and Media Technologies shared localities, and we have a lot of awesome people here. Can I get some noise? That is Barcroft right there. That is absolutely amazing. Today we have 4 players going to duke it out, all Masters League players in 2 best-of-5 matchups. And after that as well, we're going to fill it in with challenges. So if there's anyone here that feel that they can beat one of our Masters players, if you're in a lower league, you can get a handicap. He only gets to play with the mouse or something like that. If you feel that you can beat these players, come up here and sign your names, and you can win some nice prizes. We can go through those later on tonight. So sign up for the challenges. So 2 best-of-5s. 4 Master players playing those, and then the challenges afterwards. And I'm going to throw us into that. I'm going to start off by throwing on the presentation overview, and after that, we're going to talk to the first 2 players.
Right now, he needs to move forward with his portal.
It's not very efficient, but he's doing a lot of damage, and he manages to get a nice flashing, and but he made it out so many more. Oh! Just Carrasco has that full control. Oh, and so many fools. This work is going to be able to move. No, he gets a large hit on those work. There's nothing to stop this push. There's so many units. And
Covership goes down.
This is absolutely an amazing play from Yachna.
Oh, no!
Coming in the thermies, and they're killing all of the workers. Oh my god! And at the same time, he's killing every worker. Single worker, 33 workers killed with those drops.
And you're playing Terran, and no wait, you're playing Protoss, and he's playing Terran. I actually did the wrong order. Sorry. I hope you didn't take that as an insult to play stuff. No. So, what do you feel about this first matchup? Have you had the time to get to see each other play? You said hi, basically. So do you know each other from before? No. No idea. What are you studying? You're studying computer science, so you're on your home turf. Yep. All right, represented. Nice. And you were studying?
I'm studying energy and environment.
Oh, all right. So you're not on your home turf.
No.
No, exactly. It's kind of close. It's kind of close. It's close enough. Right. So you both get TH at least. Yes, representing the home turf here. All right. So we're going to throw ourselves into the first matchups. I'm not going to say, do you have anything to say to each other before you start? Anything? Good luck, good enough. Alright, so we're going to kick it off with a trailer, and after that we're going to throw ourselves into game number 1. representing his home turf on the blue sides, and then ecTheovide on the other side. So, your Protoss. Yes. This, again, making use of all these elements because second person rank. And you, my friend, are a king because you've been ranked 1 Grandmaster.
Yeah.
You've been ranked 1 Grandmaster. Can we hear it for that? So this guy is the boss. He will smash these players. Okay, fair enough. 2 years ago. But still, it's something. You should, make a t-shirt or something. Yes. Do you know anything about these players?
No, actually, I don't.
Are we ready to process the game? It looks pretty good. Yes. Awesome. I'm going to start off by just really quickly, I didn't say that already. I want to thank our sponsor. The sponsor of Text. We have a few colleagues in the background here, and they've given us all the computer equipment that we've been able to do this. So give it up for Complete. There we go. Games of credit. Yes, that was awesome. Alright, so we're throwing ourselves into game number 1. As we can see in our presentation here, we have ecTheovide versus Shoulder, and it's going to be team. Now, ecTheovide stated that he's the master of macro, and Shoulder on the other side has stated that he always passes stats.
So it seems like we are ready to go into the game again.
We're ready to throw ourselves into the game, and we have the 2 players duking it out. We can see them again on the stream. Let's introduce them again. So it's Shoulder and ecTheovide, a Terran player and a Protoss player going to play against each other. Shoulder on his home turf and ecTheovide not. And they're up and running. Would you want to grab the honors?
Excuse me?
Would you want to grab the honors of introducing this?
Absolutely. Down here in the left corner as the blue Terran, we have ecTheovide, so give it up. There we go.
There we go, a small group of fans.
In the top right corner, as the red Protoss, we have Shoulder.
And
One fan out there.
No fan of Shoulder. But he's on his home turf, guys. Come on, seriously.
Give it up for Shoulder. There we go.
There we go, representing,
love.
exactly, representing computer science. So I think there's a few computer scientists in the localities at least.
Yeah, most likely.
Most likely. All right, so we've finally gotten started, and the game has gone on a little, and nothing's too strange. A gas, just as regular from the Protoss player, and the Terran seems to be walling in.
Yeah, no proxies or anything crazy like that. Both players going for the first couple of buildings, barracks and then gateway, and no gas yet for the Terran players. So as you said, he is going for a fast expand.
Yes, he's going to macro, the master of macros, and as well, the Protoss players have stated that he wants to macro as well, and he likes to fast expand. So I'm thinking a 1-gate expand or something like that. It could be a 1-gate. Well, what's viable expands as a Protoss?
Well, the most usual expansion build that a Protoss player goes for is the 1-gate core expansion. You can sometimes, if you are really greedy, go for a Nexus first or a gate Nexus and then side the core.
Yeah.
But usually 1-gate expansion is the most safe and also a very economical build.
Exactly, and then we have the CC coming down for the Terran players. So the first step in this macro game is taken. And a little bit of scouting by an SCV here is going to be chased away by a Zealot. He wouldn't want to get himself into the main. I think he knows pretty much what's going on, and he would be killed by a Stalker in that case, of course.
Yeah, you really have to go for the Zealot anyway, because most Terran players is putting down an engineering bay at the expansion. Just it's so annoying, and it delays your expansion so much if you wait for only the Stalkers. So
exactly.
He's going for the Nexus right now. He has 400 minerals, placing it down.
Yep, and there's that bunker, anticipating the Stalker Zealot coming to put some pressure down, and it's really annoying if you don't get that bunker up.
Yeah, you can lose some units to it, and actually, the Zealots are closing in. I think the bunker will be up in time, but he only has 2 Marines, so if he can get there, no, taking the Watchtower instead, so will not pressure the Terran player in.
Yeah, he could have actually managed to put down some actual damage there.
Yeah, maybe. Instead of backing home, he's going for the expansion himself, so he's content to just sit back and macro some. Going for the Robo and then 2 gateways, so also playing a bit greedy with the tech there.
Yeah, that's teching and expanding at the same time. he's not hoping for... we have 3 barracks down with the tech lab coming up. Do you think we could see some pressure with these 3?
I'm not sure. One thing to notice is that the Protoss player hasn't scouted the Terran base at all.
No.
So he has no idea that he even has an expansion, so it's a bit risky for the Protoss player right there.
It is, and I'm thinking we should probably see an observer out of that robo. He's got his Immortal coming up. He probably wants that for defense, since, well, yeah, he's been quite greedy with the tech as well, so he would like to get some defense up. But I'm thinking we should we would want to see an observer to figure out what the Terran player is doing, but if he feels comfortable with it, there's a lot of builds which include no scouting, actually. As Day9 stated, you know, if you won't do anything with the information, it's useless to have it.
Yeah, of course, you have to react to what you see with that observer.
Yeah.
I think the Immortal is actually a product of the fact that he doesn't know anything about the Terran player's build right now, so
I think
just
so
to
too.
be a bit extra safe against any kind of attack the Terran player could have had at this time. But now, finally getting the observer, so he will be able to scout exactly what's going on in the Terran player's main.
Yep, exactly. And we have a lot of Marines coming out. Stim is about halfway, and +1 is coming. So possibly we could see a Stim 1+1 timing, trying to put down some pressure and figuring out how much the Protoss player really has before he goes for another command center.
Yeah, it's most likely, and he's going for the star report with the reactor as well, getting out those medevacs 2 at a time. So useful. You can harass the Protoss player. You can just go for straight up attack, have that extra healing.
Yeah,
it's a really key element in the mid game for the Terran player in a PvT.
Very much so, and it's kind of hard to, as a Protoss player, split correctly to be able to handle drops and at the same time any possible attacks on your front lines at the same time. A good Terran player splits and does a 2-pronged attack at least.
Yeah, you often see that from the Terrans, and let's see if ecTheovide considering that against ShowMatch. ShowMatch already preparing, though. He has some Stalkers in his main. He is up on supply, 71 against 57, so he's actually keeping up well with the macro, and now starting the Colossus production as well. It's such a key element in a PvT.
Yeah, and he sees the 3rd command center going down as well, so he has the time to tech. He has the time to get those Colossuses up.
Yeah,
Colossi,
and he also has the observer.
Yep.
Seeing everything that's going on right now, so he knows that it's pretty much safe to take a 3rd Nexus himself in a couple of minutes here.
Exactly, and we see the Forge just finishing. Are we going to see upgrades? Yep, the +1 is popping in there, so he wants to keep up on the upgrades in the tech. So there's a lot of tech from both players right now. And on the Terran side, we also see combat shields going down and concussive shells. So we're gearing up for a big attack. I'm guessing the Terran player is going to be the first one. What do you think?
He's going for the 3rd command center, so maybe he will sit back and just wait a bit longer. And I like this choice here from the Shoulder. Actually rallying his Colossus to the top right corner, so ecTheovide doesn't know about the Colossus tech yet.
That's very good, actually.
Ooh.
Yeah, even if he's scanned, he would probably miss that corner.
He's adding a lot of gateways as well.
Yep.
Seems like Shoulder might just go for a timing attack of 2 bases with that Colossus, maybe 3 Colossus, the +1 attack, and then just go attack the 3rd base of the Terran player.
Yeah.
He really has to have some Vikings to be able to hold that off.
Yeah, and he's moving those Colossus down now because we have a move out, right? The Terran player has taken the watchtower on the opposite side of the map, but of course, since Shoulder has his observer there, he knows exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and ecTheovide also scanned and saw the Colossus. He wouldn't waste his units trying to push up that ramp. Finally, the factory is actually the hero of the day, scouting everything. We have 6 gateways and a robo for Colossus, so he knows what's up right now, and he should starting adding a few Vikings here and there.
I'm thinking so too, yeah. There's going to be a lot of units popping out very soon, and you have a drop coming down. 2 medevacs filled with Marines going to take a detour up, and does he have anything to protect?
He has 3 Stalkers in position in his main base.
But is that going to be enough for two medevacs full of Marines?
No, not at all. But if he doesn't have the warp gates on cooldown, he could be able to warp in a few units. And the Colossus is just popping out at the exact right moment. So if he reacts to this correctly, he should be able to hold this.
Yeah, and we have the drop in the main, going right into the main. And he didn't even micro his Stalkers. It could have taken one of those medevacs out, and now he's going to be a little bit of trouble, depending on how his cycles are in warp tech. And we have an attack on the 3rd base of the Terran at the same time, driving that one away, and ecTheovide just backs off.
Yeah, Shoulder going for the counterattack, but if ecTheovide is actually able to hold this, I feel like he's losing a lot of stuff in his main base.
Yeah,
Especially going for the pylons, powering all those gateways at the same time.
But at the same time, Shoulder is doing a lot of damage in this natural base of the Terran player, and he's losing a lot of SCVs. He nicely force-fielded the ramp for the SCVs not to be able to run away from there, and he's completely stopped mining. He's taking out of all the reinforcements, so this is going to be a hard thing to hold for ecTheovide.
Yeah, such a lot of chaos going on right now.
It's a complete base trade, yeah.
Yeah, the drop going on in the natural now, sniping off all the probes. You actually have a proxy nexus just so he won't be revealed.
Exactly, so Shoulder is defending himself by building a proxy nexus so that he won't be revealed, and his natural is going to be taken out as well, and I don't think he has... Does he have any mining to actually produce anything to be able to counter that with? He has a bunch of zealots, but those are fleeing. And he's 4 harvesters. So this is a complete base trade. The question is, what happens? He's going to have to keep that Nexus alive. Even if he manages to kill most of the base, then the Terran player is, of course, just going to fly his buildings away, just as he's doing.
Yeah, and they also use the medevacs to evac a few SCVs as well.
That's
really has to target fire those orbital commands, because you can't lift the Nexus, but you can lift an orbital command and go and mine somewhere else on the map.
Exactly.
The problem right now for ecTheovide is the fact that it doesn't have any Vikings out. So the Colossus is just more or less unbeatable right now.
Exactly. The Colossus got to roam free. And ecTheovide scouts the Nexus with 1 Marine. But the question is now, well, what would you do in Shoulder's case? Would you turn around and try to deal with those Marines to save your infrastructure?
He can just load up in the medevacs and run out of there if you try anything like that. I think the key point, or the key focus for Shoulder should be what he's doing, trying to focus down those orbital command and not let the Terran player get back into this game with some mining.
Exactly.
The question is, does he know about the top left base? And look at this, ecTheovide going for the tech lab on the starport. He might actually go for some cloak benches. Yes, indeed, and that's such a smart move, because I don't think there's an observer out, is there?
No, I don't think there's an observer either. Do we have one? No.
I don't think so.
No, there's no observer on the unit step, so this is going to be tricky.
To the base, though, he might be able to cancel that cloak. That would be huge.
And if he cancels the cloak, he lifts the starport, and that was close. With some cloaked banshees, he could have been able to harass him.
Beautiful,
no end.
Beautiful thinking there from ecTheovide, though, knowing the fact that if he can get out the cloak banshee, this game is more or less over.
Yeah,
at the same time, cleaning up every single building in the main base of the Protoss player. Long distance mining going on here. This is ridiculous.
This is absolutely ridiculous, and such a fun first game. Or what do you think, guys? Yeah. Everyone's very into the game, so they don't want to be disturbed. I'm not going to disturb them anymore. But we have... ecTheovide has caught all of his, or bunched all of his buildings together in the air, in the lower left corner of the map, and Shoulder's just trying to take out as many as possible. But the question is, what happens now? The medevacs have picked up the Marines, are there going for that Nexus, obviously. So what would you do as Shoulder? Would you try to just protect it with everything you had?
I'm not sure. I mean, this is a good choice, though, placing the Nexus in the right place to do some real mining, but he really has to kill that orbital command. The SV count is pretty high for ecTheovide, but at the same time he has to be very careful that this doesn't happen. We have 2 medevacs down in the right corner unloading.
Exactly.
I'll probably be going to run in and try to snipe the Nexus right there.
Yeah, and you have some units already doing damage to that Nexus building, and he's probably going to be able to take that down. I'm not sure what's going to be able to do with those Marines. Is he going to be able to take down the Nexus before it gets defended? This is really bad. If he loses both of those bases, and there's no way he can come back. Although the Nexus in building stays, but the other Nexus goes down.
Yeah, one of the Nexus goes down, but he defends the other one. And the thing is right now, he can't really leave his base because those are all his buildings.
Yes.
And if he loses, though, he loses the game.
Exactly. So the question is now, is ecTheovide going to be able to rebuild his infrastructure, catch up with that mining base? He has a lot of mules saved up.
He should be able to. Here we go, though. Shoulder moving out on the map, putting some pressure on the Terran player, and ecTheovide actually has his medevacs on the wrong side of the map, so he can't do any counter damage, and this might be devastating. Shoulder moving into the top right corner with ecTheovide is mining and building his infrastructure right now, so this could end badly for ecTheovide.
Oh, and he turns around.
What?
He turns around. He decides to go home back and defend. He could have, yes, he said it. This could have been very deadly for ThEOvide. He would have lost all of those workers at least.
Yeah, I think he's a bit scared for the counter drop since he has just a handful of buildings, all undefended.
Yeah, but on the other side, once the Terran economy kicks in with those mules, it's going to have a really hard time catching up.
Definitely, and now once again going for the cloak. So I feel there's a clock on shoulder right here. He has to make something happen in the next minute, or he is drowning dead in this game.
Yeah, very much so. That cloak is going to be absolutely devastating, and I'm thinking, yes, Shoulder is going to have to turn around and try to kill the whole Terran base, but with the cloak Banshee and no observer, in the end he's going to lose this.
Yeah. He doesn't even have a core right now, so he can't place down a robo for the observer tech.
Nope.
The one stalker is out on sightseeing, will be picked off from that.
He'll be picked off by the Sib Marines, of course. And he manages to find a barracks, but that won't help much.
Nope. Shoulder is buying some time taking out all these supply depots, so he does have the cloak, but I don't think he has a Banshee. No. He does have a Banshee.
He does have. He got the Banshee out before the cloak. And he's got another Banshee now. He's rebuilding all of those supply depots. So this is looking very bad for Shoulder,
This is horrible. He's building up so much energy on that Banshee. When it reaches the base, he should be able to kill almost every single probe, if not every single probe.
Yes, most probably every single probe. And the problem is, what is Shoulder going to be doing about it? Is he going to try to proxy build up to a robo somehow?
I don't know. I don't think he can. I don't think he can turn this around. It's sad to say it from a Protoss brother right here, but he has the core, but he has no Robotech, no observer, and now the Banshee is closing in, preemptively cloaking, so wasting a few energy there.
Oh, and there's the GG right away. So a very well played game by ecTheovide to start this off with the 1-0 for the Terran player, and that was the Banshee cloak getting up. There was a close moment there where Shoulder could have just ended that by walking into the base, basically.
Yeah, I feel like that key moment where he was all on the other side of the map and the Medivacs were nowhere near the Protoss player's base. He could have killed him.
He could have killed him, but how would he know?
How would he know? That's the thing.
And it was, of course, it was a reasonable decision to turn back and try to defend your base. Of course. Yeah. So, let's see what's happening. Do we have another game starting up? This is looking nice, actually. We have two very... how often does that happen, the base trade? The day 9 lose all your fucking base tactic. I guess that's what it's called.
I feel like Shoulder could have just... If he had turned his third Colossus around that was rallied, he could have actually... killed that drop-off easily and then done the counter damage and took the game, but
actually,
just a couple of mistakes there from Shoulder, and that gave the ecTheovide the game.
Exactly. I wasn't watching his stalkers as well, so if he would have microed those stalkers, he would have managed to take at least one of the Medivacs out, which would have changed that drop completely as well. So I think he could have taken that game out quite easily. He could have taken that game quite easily if he managed to just thwart off the aggression in his own base. And I'm thinking, he did a nice push, but he didn't need all those units.
Yeah. But it's such small mistakes and such easy mistakes to make. I think if he just fine-tunes his game a little bit, he should be able to take the next map.